Lately, there's been a lot of conversation about strangers supporting people more than their own friends and family. And this reminds me of a post that I saw a while back from this businesswoman who said that she blocked all of her friends and family in order to post relentlessly about her business. And as soon as she did this, as soon as she blocked all of her friends and family and she began posting about her business relentlessly, she went from making $40,000 a year in revenue to $500,000 a year in revenue. And I see this as her feeling the freedom from not having to maintain an image that she had to her friends and family and becoming someone she knew she was deep down, a businesswoman, which allowed her to post whatever she wanted to post, which then quadrupled her income because she finally allowed herself to become that businesswoman that she knew she was deep down. But the only way she was able to arrive at that sense of freedom of becoming the businesswoman that she knows she was deep down was by blocking her friends and family from seeing the journey, from seeing her become that different person, which I think is so wild. Okay, like she literally maxed out her potential. She went to her full potential by blocking her friends and family so that she felt the freedom or she felt the permission even to become someone that in her friends and family's eyes she had never been. She said that she felt more comfortable becoming that businesswoman as soon as she blocked them. And this is so funny to me because social media has a way of keeping us in contact with people that we may not connect with in real life anymore. Like, for example, family, okay? Everyone's situation with family is different, but who you were 10 years ago as a little girl is going to be different from who you are today. And social media is a creative outlet. It's a place where you're able to introduce your journey. It's a place where you're able to document your journey. It's a place where you're able to showcase who you are becoming in order to maximize your creativity. If you want to become a businesswoman and promote your business, you can do that. If you want to start a podcast, you can do that. If you want to become a content creator, you can do that. But it is not your job to maintain an image of yourself that someone else has of you. For example, someone from your family who knew you as this shy little girl who didn't speak much should not stop you from posting about you starting a podcast and finally beginning to speak up. Okay? Because being concerned about maintaining an image for someone else that you knew or know, it's not your job. That's you signing up for a job that honestly you don't need to participate in or you don't need to sign up for. You get to sign up for becoming the person that you know you are deep down, becoming the person that you feel you are meant to become. That's what you are meant to do. And for this businesswoman, I'll put her Instagram here. The way that she felt she was able to express who she's becoming and who she is by blocking her friends and family so that she felt the freedom to be able to become that person. So I'm making this video because there's a lot of conversation about strangers supporting you more than your own friends and family. And this is because you are becoming someone different, okay? Who someone knew you as is not who you are currently in the midst of becoming, which makes sense because who you were 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even a year ago, even 6 months ago, okay, is going to be constantly in this evolution phase. Like you are obviously going to change, and there is nothing wrong with that. You don't need to maintain an image for anyone else. You need to understand yourself rather than try to get everyone else to understand you. So if people follow you, your friends and your family, and you're posting about your business and they're not supporting it, they don't relate to it, they don't connect with it, that's okay. Let them not relate. Let them not connect, because the audience that is meant to find you will find you. They will. You put your business out there, you put your podcast out there, you put whatever out there, okay? The people that are meant to come across your pathway will come across your pathway. And sometimes that isn't friends or family. Sometimes it is strangers. But that doesn't need to stop you from you becoming who you know you are meant to become. You know you are meant to do content, you want to do content. And if everyone sees that and it's like, oh, she's changing, she's different now, she thinks she's this, she thinks she's that, he thinks he's this, he thinks he's that, let them think that. Okay. Okay, there's this quote. What is the quote? Um, do not allow someone else thinking you are cringe keep you caged inside your own mind. There's like this quote that I've seen recently about that whole thing. But it's true, allowing someone else to see you as cringe is better than staying caged in your own mind. Being a prisoner to someone else's thoughts of you, that's not living. Okay, so the thing about people following and not supporting or liking, don't allow it to stop you from continuing to become the person that you know you are meant to become deep down. Don't allow it to stop you because your audience will find you. And if that's not your friends and family, that's okay. Who I am with my family is completely different from who I am right now with you guys on YouTube. And I really have tried to like integrate like who I am on YouTube into conversations with my family, but it just doesn't click, right? But that's because we are different people. Just because we are family does not mean that you need to understand me completely and support every single thing I do. And that was really hard for me to accept at first. Like when I first began this journey, I was really expecting, like support from my family and them being interested in the things I'm interested in and the things I'm passionate about. But the fact that they're not is okay. It doesn't mean anything about me. It's just we're on different life journeys, we're on different pathways. That's just the way it's meant to go. I know there's some things about my family that I don't completely understand, right? And that's just what it is. But I would say to truly love someone, right? Like if you are investing in a friend or a relationship, it's to attend 1,000 births of the person that they are becoming. Like we are always going to be shifting and evolving and becoming interested in different things. And it's okay if that allows you to defer or kind of go a different direction than people that you used to be extremely close with. Like, I feel like that's also sometimes the reason why there's like that fear of like, oh, but if I show up as this different person, am I going to distance myself from people I used to be close with? That's a possibility, but there's always a way of people being guided back towards each other later on in life. That's not always the case, but I'm saying that you don't need to allow that fear of you potentially distancing yourself from other people keep you from becoming the person that you feel deep down you need to become. Okay. For example, if you used to party all the time with friends and like that was your way of connecting with your friends, but you have been feeling lately like you don't really want to party, it's okay to like say no. It's okay to say no to the things that deep down you know you need to say no to in order to go on your own growth journey and understand yourself more. It's better to understand yourself than to stay constantly trying to get everyone else to understand you. It's not living life, constantly being everything for everyone and being nothing to yourself. So, hey, maybe they follow and they don't support or like, but it is not your job to maintain that for them. It is not your job to be everything for everyone so everyone likes what you're doing. Your job is to learn about what you like and what you feel understood in for yourself so that you're able to excel and become the person that you know deep down you are meant to become. Um I made some other notes. Oh, yeah. Okay, this reminds me, right? Social media, I said this in the beginning, but it has a way of keeping you connected with people that in real life you may not connect with anymore. Like the person that you were 10 years ago when you met this friend, and, at first you were like this shyer person who didn't say much. And then all of a sudden, fast forward 10 years later, 7 years later, whatever the amount of time is, you want to change, you want to do something different. Do that. Do not maintain this image to keep up with who someone knew you as when they first were introduced to you, just to make them feel comfortable or just to make them feel like you're still the same person or that you haven't switched up. Be the problem. Be the person who switches up. Okay? If that's a problem for them, let it be a problem for them. I'm not saying to be evil and like to ignore everyone and their feelings. No, I'm saying be yourself. Pay attention to how you feel as well. Don't just think about what everyone else is going to feel about your switch up. Think about how you feel about your switch up and let the people that are meant to gravitate towards you gravitate towards you. Because you owe it to yourself to get to know yourself. You owe it to yourself to become the person that you want to become. And that's exactly what that businesswoman did. I'm not saying you have to block all your friends and family like she did in order to become the person that she knew deep down she was meant to become. You can do it with the audience. You can do it with people watching, even if they aren't supporting. You can still continue to go down the pathway you are meant to go down. Go down the pathway in becoming the person that you know you are meant to become, even with people watching and not supporting. Because sooner or later, you will find your audience. You will find your people. And another thing, of course, there's so many different reasons for why people just watch and monitor and not support. But there's this quote by Layla Hormozi that she said, I don't know how many weeks ago, but I saw it. And she said, some people are too insecure to root for you. This is another thing, this is like the negative effects of becoming a different person and choosing to showcase that on social media or wherever you are choosing to post. Some people are going to see you shift. Some people are going to see you changing and become insecure at the fact that you are changing and becoming this person they no longer know. For example, if you used to be a person who was shy and never stood up for themselves and let people walk all over them, the moment that you become someone where you are able to stand up for yourself and you're able to speak up, the person that was able to put you down, the person that was able to walk all over you is going to feel threatened by that because they were able to treat you one way and now they're no longer able to treat you that way any longer. It's a switch up, and since it's a switch up that does not benefit them any longer, it can feel like, whoa, like this person used to be this person in my life and now they are someone completely different in my life. I don't know how I feel about that. The people that truly value you will respect your decision, love that you are becoming more of yourself. And the people that don't benefit from your change may back away or may not root for you because, hey, it's not benefiting them anymore. That's like the negative side of it, okay? That's not always the case when it comes to this situation and this topic, but that sometimes is the case. When you don't become beneficial or useful to someone anymore, sometimes that means they're no longer interested in what you have to offer and what you are doing. But that doesn't need to stop you from becoming who you would like to become, because it is not your job to cater to everyone else except yourself. Actually, I feel the more yourself you are, the more you feel good in your own skin, the better you will be to all of society. Okay, because you won't be this shriveled, hollow little shell just moving about for everyone else's situations. You'll actually be living your life for yourself, striking inspiration in others, making other people feel like they're able to have a voice who maybe felt like they didn't have a voice before, okay? In some way, shape, or form, it is beneficial. And I know you know this. It's not beneficial to shrink and shrivel and be who everyone else wants you to be. It's beneficial for you to become who you know you're meant to be. So you come into the world with that much more gratitude, that much more grace, and all of those incredible things. So that was like the long version of why they follow but don't like or support, okay? As you become this different person, who you were when you met those people or who you were, when you were close to certain people is going to be rapidly shifting and changing. Social media is like this place where you show your growth up front. You show your transitions up front by choice. So if you are going to put yourself out there, just know that some people are going to disalign from that new person and new people will align. And if those new people are strangers, they won't be strangers sooner or later, right? But as you make that transition or that shift, let it happen and don't allow yourself to shrink back to who you thought you needed to be in order to please other people or maintain an image of yourself that you used to be. Continue to go in the new direction that you know you are meant to go in, to go down deep down. And use this woman, I'll put her Instagram here, as your inspiration. She created a sense of freedom for herself to become the businesswoman that she knew she needed to be in order to maximize her business revenue. And she changed her life from doing that. Okay? I'm not saying you need to block all your friends and family, but I'm saying that she chose to create a space of freedom for herself to become the person she knew she was deep down. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here today. Remember that I have all of my YouTube videos in podcast version. The link is down below. I also have a link to work with me if you were interested, and then all of my socials down below as well. Remember that you guys are completely capable of becoming the authentic, best version of yourself, and that everything is always working out for you, no matter what it seems like at any given point in time. I will see you in the next video.